What up, Scroopies? Welcome to a different kind of show tonight. There's no real subject, no real topic other than just wrestling in general. We're gonna call this the 321SCREW shoot session, jam session. You know,
I like
wrestle talk, whatever.
Shoot session is
cool.
whatever
you want to call it. But
this is the real wrestling talk.
Yeah, honestly, there's so much shit going on in the world of wrestling right now. It's too much to even do our dirty dozen. Yeah, see, there's more than a dozen topics. I don't want to pigeonhole us into anything. We're not doing a challenge. We're not doing a review show. So we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk, man. Talk wrestling.
Shoot the shit.
Yeah, I'm curious about these guys' thoughts and opinions on things. Whether they want to know what mine are or not, I'm gonna share them.
Or not, he says.
Yeah. So with that being said, man, that being said, I'm just gonna jump right into the first topic that I want to bring up here and just kind of see what you guys' thoughts on is the fact that. As you guys know, and some of you may or may not, hopefully you do if you're a wrestling fan, July 16th, SmackDown is going to be in front of a live crowd again. Not like I know WrestleMania had the limit, they said, no, this is going to be full on. The WWE is going on the road. And, they're going to be, the 16th is the SmackDown episode, and they're going to be in front of a live crowd again.
So are they getting rid of the complete what's it called, the dome?
The Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome. Are they?
I would assume, yeah. If they're going on the road,
get rid of that right away. They gotta wait until they actually have like a full-on tour back doing what they did before COVID.
It is my understanding that on that 16th show is not going to be no Thunderdome.
They probably already put tickets on sale.
It's going to be crowds again, live crowds.
I definitely heard on AEW
because it's not going to be in Texas. They're going, it's where they're going to be at these first shows.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite said that Double or Nothing, the pay-per-view, is going to be full crowd.
So they're getting amped up to get started with that too.
Right, exactly.
Are they going to start traveling again?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. They're going to be going on the road. All these shows are going to be in. They're going to be in Houston and a few other places in Texas. SmackDown's going to be in front of a live crowd. The Money in the Bank, I think, which is the 18th, because the 16th is a SmackDown. That Sunday there's a pay-per-view. I think it's.
You said July, right? Not June.
July.
Okay.
I think they said it was going to be Money in the Bank. Whatever. The 18th, that pay-per-view is going to be a crowd. That Raw is going to be a crowd. Yeah. So.
Right on.
It's going to be awesome.
So.
Maybe
we're going to have
some
real people again, which, man, it's been over a year, man. It's been like, what, a year and a half?
Hasn't it been weird, though, seeing those screens in the crowd?
Almost.
It was weird at first, but not now. I mean,
after a while, you get used to it.
Commonplace, that is the crowd now.
I know, and it was the safest way. I mean, when you look at all the wrestling companies during this time period, Vince handled it a cool way.
Right, and it gave the performers a sense of performing in front of a crowd again.
Absolutely.
Because they come out to the arena, they get into the ring, they're looking around, they're seeing the faces of fans.
Right on.
Granted, they're not there live, but still, man, they're out there seeing the fans, seeing the crowd.
And the aspect of having fans there, it helps the wrestlers understand what's working and what's not working.
Right, because they
very true, Kyle.
The matches are based off that crowd reaction. Exactly right.
Right on.
So I think that's kind of cool, and like we were talking about with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wins his first world title at the WrestleMania. This was before even Thunderdome. There was nobody. Right. It was him, Brock, and a ref. and that was it.
Mhm.
You know, the two commentators sitting over at a table.
And that was the last time we saw Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
he's
Maybe
living
he'll
in-
sign back
Now
once
he's in
we start
Minnesota,
with
living
fans.
on a farm, being happy being a farmer, for what I heard.
Do you
Yeah.
think he's retired?
No, he's not retired. He comes back.
You know, it's hard to say. Vince
that
gives him a
guy's
call,
beast.
opens up that checkbook. Come on, Brock. Come on, Brock. Bring it in.
We need you.
Vinnie Mac needs you.
He'll get that big
Daddy
payday.
needs you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and you know, I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, with the schedule that he works, why not? Oh yeah, pay me fucking $62 million. You know,
I'll wrestle 4
I'll
times.
show up
for
4
that
times next year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's not really getting $62 million. It's an exaggerated, fucking bloated, overrated number. But
But
get
it's
my
in
point.
the millions, I guarantee
You'll
you.
guarantee, yeah. So
Brock, I mean, really, Brock took part-time wrestler to a whole
yeah.
nother
In fact,
level.
I'll tell you right now, this is another one of my thoughts that kind of correlates with the having crowds back. I think with crowds being back is when Drew McIntyre wins
His third
wins that title
championship.
back from. I do think Drew McIntyre will take it from Bobby, but I think it's going to be, you know, I think they were waiting to give him that, you know, live crowd moment.
Then it'd probably be at SummerSlam, because SummerSlam's supposed to be full on attendance.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, what I heard, they said Money in the Bank,
Yeah.
which is going to be after, it's going to be on July 18th. I think I'm almost positive that's what when they were saying all the shit that's what they said. When they were given the schedule of crowds, they said that it was Money in the Bank July 18th.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I mean, it could very well be at Money in the Bank.
Good.
Could be.
You know, but it's going to be cool to have crowds again. You know.
I
There
agree.
will be.
You know, I wouldn't have thought that just watching it on TV, I would have actually missed the crowd being there too, but it definitely does. It gives an element to it, you
It
know.
does.
It does.
It
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me. No, see what you're doing.
It's
God
contagious,
Oh
bro.
my God.
So it's I agree, man. But it's just a weird element without it. But yeah, people have gotten used to the Thunderdome and all that. And AEW even they started with their wrestlers in the crowd, and
Yeah.
then when WWE, okay, we need some kind of interaction like a crowd. They started using their wrestlers.
You know, and it's
NXT
needed.
mainly.
It's really though, it's needed because I mean, everyone's so big talking about the ratings. Oh, ratings.
have tanked.
The ratings are down, but I think a lot of that part is lack of crowds, which is weird. You would think, since you can't be there live, more people would be watching it on TV. But as I was just saying, though, even watching it on TV, there's kind of something about the crowd, even there,
It's the biggest element.
you know, to it.
To
Yeah.
me, to the show. Yeah, it looks, if you don't have any crowd interaction, it's kind of like, okay, it's like I'm on YouTube watching two guys
Right,
fight.
and it's like you were saying too. It's a true judge of the performers.
Well, Kyle said
You
that.
know, or who? Yeah,
Yeah.
How it's a true judge of the performers and the performance that they're given.
So they
You know,
know
whether or
what's
not you
working,
really-
what's not
Because like
working.
with the Thunderdome, yeah, they can pipe in crowd noise, they can pipe in cheers, they can pipe
They
in
did that.
boos.
Do you remember they did that for Edge and Randy? They put in the
They
fake
do
sounds
it every
and
week
everything.
on Thunderdome. Every
Do
week
they?
Yes.
Do you not watch?
Those are
the
the fake
shows?
sounds, though. Like they just.
Yes.
It's Thunderdome. They're people on TV screens. You think those fucking TV screens are
No.
chanting "You suck"?
No, they're just playing them.
No,
Wow.
they're piping in crowd chants of "You suck" when Roman Reigns comes out because he's the heel.
Yep.
My favorite part about crowds is some people would actually cheer him.
Right, and that's just it. That's just it. You get. Oops, someone's calling me. Hello?
That is so
Unprofessional.
unprofessional.
So, I guess since Bill's on a phone call,
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take this over for a second.
I wanted to talk a little bit about.
Okay, did Corey drive you? You drove? We had to have had him when you came back here.
So go ahead, Kyle. What did you want to talk about?
The Hall of Fame induction ceremony, because we had the whole camera problems that we were having, and then poor Bill got put into the hospital.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get a chance to talk about what we thought on the inductions of the recent
I
Hall of
don't.
Fame
Corey
induction.
2020 and
And 21.
Yep. I'll jump off with this one on the
I'm
back.
sure Corey probably does.
One that I was really stoked about was NWO. I thought, they were headlined 2020s. And I
No,
think
dude,
came
no, we did. Trust me,
2021.
we did.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here talking
So,
to you live
um,
on camera right now.
And
No, I didn't do anything.
So another one. Who was some of your favorite?
Well, I for one think it's kind of cool that so many wrestlers now
Where'd you
become
put it?
two-time Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I've noticed that
Oh,
because of the faction or
Right.
the tag team that they're in or
Right.
the group or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
So
like
think of
Triple H.
Scott Hall.
Yeah, no, I just
Scott
come
Hall,
back in
Hulk
and
Hogan,
ask Corey.
and Kevin
Corey's
Nash are
probably
all
got, I would
two-time
imagine he's probably got a flashlight.
Hall
Hall
of
of
Famers
Famers
because
now.
of the NWO.
X-Pac too. DX and
Yeah. That's right.
DX and NWO. So Sean Waltman is a
Lit-
two-time Hall of Famer. Welcome back.
Yeah, man. Mark lost his keys, so.
Short end of the story. Now, but yeah,
We were
Sean,
talking about the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and how it's cool more and more people are starting to become two-time WWE Hall of Famers.
Talking about the NWO, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Booker T.
Hogan.
Booker
Hogan,
T is
Booker
too.
T.
Yeah.
Booker T was entered as Booker T and Harlem Heat with his
Yeah.
brother. And his brother did an amazing job cracking on Booker T during the speech. I thought that was hilarious. But
Yeah.
but yeah, man, who was some of your favorite that were inducted the last 2 years that they did in one night because of COVID?
Kane and RVD.
Yeah, see, RVD's good too. RVD was one of my favorite guys,
Yeah,
man.
Kane and RVD.
RVD was definitely one of a kind, as the song says, no pun intended. So I was glad they inducted him. I mean, he had a great career in WWE.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, I mean,
Justin Liger, is that his name?
Justin Thunder Liger.
Yeah.
Now, he was
not
a
Justin,
WCW.
Jushin.
Jushin. Okay.
Jushin Thunder Liger.
Jushin Thunder Liger. So, let's see. So,
He was in WCW and then
Yeah.
and in Japan a lot.
Yeah, New Japan. He's been in several different
who's a big name over there?
several different promotions.
That is something I kind of want to bring up, though. Kind of let's segue real quick. You said New Japan. This thing with Kenny Omega being multiple champions.
World champions.
That's unheard of, dude.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. Is he the he's not the New Japan
No.
champion
not
yet.
yet.
No, he's the AAA, which is the Mexican league.
He's the AAA, he's Impact.
He's TNA and AEW.
So he's 4 champions.
Yeah.
By the way, do you have a flashlight in your car?
No, I don't.
No, I don't have a flashlight either.
So, yeah, he's 4 champions. So, I
Wait,
mean,
where's the fourth one?
I said
AAA,
AAA,
Impact, TNA.
Impact, TNA. And
Oh,
AEW.
yeah, well, yeah, if you count.
I didn't realize they still had
He-
the
he-
TNA
count
title.
Impact.
He was carrying both TNA
Impact,
and
TNA,
Impact.
Yeah, that was weird to me, though. Why is he doing that? Did he win that in a separate match?
Well, no, because the guy he won it from had both titles.
Okay, I follow you. But they're just unified.
Right,
In
yeah,
a
it was a
sense.
unified title
Okay.
because he,
So, I mean, and then, I understand why they're doing it. So, it's kind of treating him like the NWA World Champion in the territory days.
Yeah.
right.
That's what I'm starting to see it as. And I have a feeling it will culminate into some kind of match where all those belts are going to be unified into one.
Like,
I man.
Wow.
Impact, and all of them have been doing deals with AEW. You never know.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I don't know, man. It'd be cool though.
Not really.
You don't think so?
No.
To unify all the belts.
No, dude. No. They're
Except
different,
WWE.
They're different companies. They're different promotions. Like, you know, and let them. Each
be.
of them have their own
I
championship.
don't know. I just was wondering what the whole business tie-in is. Is it like you promote us, we promote
That's
you?
just it. It's just it. It's cross promotion.
You know, I mean, Vince
It's
did that in the past
cross-promotion.
with ECW.
Yeah, he helped bankroll ECW for a while.
He did with Paul
Before
Heyman.
they even everyone knew about it, dude. He was giving Paul Heyman money.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, helping finance stuff.
And he did have some of those ECW guys. They did cross.
Show up.
Yeah.
Right.
Show up with Jerry the King Lawler one time.
Yeah, RVD was one of them.
Yep. And then a young RVD, his first WWE appearance, he had to kiss the $1 Million Man's foot.
Yeah, as a kid.
Yep. He got $100 for that gig. He spent it all on comic books. True story. I just saw the interview yesterday.
I saw it.
Right on.
Well, speaking of RVD,
Controversial
saw
wrestling
the-
shoots.
I saw this. I saw the WWE. The network special that they had with the icons.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, speaking of RVD
Right
and
on.
Hall of Famers, I just have to ask everybody's opinion on the Great Khali being inducted into the Hall of Fame. What is your feelings on this?
Weird.
I
was never a big
I
Khali
understand
fan.
why it was done.
I understand why it was done too, because the Great Khali
The Khali in India, the Khali is huge.
He's a big
He's
deal.
a big deal.
in India.
Used to be a cop in India.
And they're trying to. They're really. If you notice, there's a lot more of these Indian, wrestlers guys coming in. They're trying to get.
They have an
And
NXT
I've heard they're
branch.
wanting to do an NXT out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NXT India. I've heard that they're wanting to do
Vince is
something like
going.
they have
Vince,
NXT UK.
Vince is international.
Right. And that's
Been
just it.
international
That's
for a
it.
while.
Yeah.
Putting Khali into the Hall of Fame, it just brings more.
It was the same
More
thing when
eyes.
they made
More eyes,
Jinder
exactly.
Mahal the world champion.
Right.
That's when they started building up all that stuff with India.
Speaking of which, I heard that Jinder Mahal, they're wanting to do another
Another run.
little program, a little feud thing between him and Drew
McIntyre.
McIntyre, because they're actually like best friends,
Yeah, and they could talk
in
about
real
their.
life.
they
They're
were
like really good
3MB.
friends. Yeah.
Remember VMB?
Oh yeah.
Freaking
3-man band.
3-man band.
Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, and
Heath Slater.
Heath Slater.
Yeah, he got injured.
Yeah.
He's got kids, man.
He's got kids. No doubt. He does got kids.
I do want to say this though, with that whole thing involvement with other companies like New Japan and stuff. It's cool because you're already seeing like guys from New Japan facing guys from AEW. You're
Well,
already
yeah,
seeing
you had the one guy
Impact.
come over and took on Moxley.
Yeah, for the IWGP,
United States
Yeah,
champion.
United States
Championship.
Championship. What was his name?
he retained, I'd imagine.
I can't remember
Yeah,
his name
Rocky
now.
retained. I don't remember his name either.
Speaking of Moxley, what do you think about the whole Moxley Kingston tag team?
I love it.
I think it brings another dynamic to Moxley's
Do you
character.
think they'll win the tag titles in
I
AEW?
do. I do.
I don't
I
know if
think.
they're going to win the tag
I
titles.
think they might be
think-
the ones to beat the Young Bucks.
I honestly,
Or
I could see them. I mean,
Or
think about
what
it.
about if they beat the Good Brothers?
I don't think the Good Brothers are Impact champions anymore.
No,
No, who'd they lose to?
no, they're not. Yeah, it was funny. I just saw that there was some. Who was it that just won?
We don't keep up with
They just
Impact.
won,
It's
As
on
much
TV.
as yeah.
But
These guys, yeah, they just won the Impact. They won.
that wasn't Matt Hardy's team. Was
They
it?
won. Yeah, they won. No. They
Oh,
won the
what's that
Impact
team
Tag Champions,
called?
and then Rhino and his partner came out. They had some kind of like cash-in trophy or
I can't
whatever.
believe Rhino's still wrestling.
You know, and,
I know.
and they cashed that shit in,
For
and they
real.
won it. So Rhino and
He's
his
still
partner
kicking, bro.
are now the Impact
I'm so
the Impact
hoping.
Tag Team Champions.
I'm so hoping. I
He's gonna
know.
die in the ring.
I'm
like
so
Ric Flair.
hoping we'll see Rhino one day in ARW. He's been there before, hasn't he?
No, I don't know.
I could have sworn he's had Rhino before.
I'm not sure.
I'd have to ask
with
him.
you. Not sure.
Yeah, dude. Rhino, I always liked Rhino.
Yeah.
Especially when Paul Heyman would sell that spear. Gore! Gore! Gore!
Oh, by the way, in case you didn't notice, tonight's matchup is Taz versus Kurt Angle. Apparently for the big gold belt. Because Kurt Angle's wearing it.
Speaking of
That
Taz,
was his debut match.
yeah, it was at Royal Rumble '99.
Yeah, against Kurt Angle. It was an open challenge,
2000.
I think.
Was it 2000?
I think Angle had an open challenge, and Taz is going to come
Yep,
out.
and he answered it.
Back in ECW days, man, Taz was my
He ended
Taz
Kurt
and
Angle's
RVD.
undefeated streak.
Taz and RVD were my two favorites back in ECW. Back in
Yeah.
the old days of ECW.
Yeah, those two main guys.
They
RVD
are,
and
man.
Taz, man.
Pick a hand.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, what was his catchphrase? Survive if
if I let you.
you know, something about
Survive if I let you.
survive if I let you's at the end
Yeah,
of it. He
something
says
if
something
you
for-
can, you know. Damn it.
This is gonna bother us.
The mood is about to change.
Well, that's one of his. That was his WWE one. Oh my God.
Human suplex machine.
We're not passing this. We're gonna get it.
Taz mission.
No, no,
Tazplex.
no. It was.
Anywho,
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone
while
always
you
talks.
guys are thinking about this.
Everyone
Yeah.
always talks about, you know, everyone talks about Brock Lesnar and Suplex City and all that shit.
Taz was doing
Man,
suplexes before Brock Lesnar
to me,
was even in the business.
When it comes to suplexes, the two people,
The human
the two
suplex
people that
machine,
come to mind to me as being like, they're just the
Kurt Angle
masters of
was
the
a
suplexes
machine.
is Taz and Scott Steiner.
Steiner did his belly to
That's
bellies.
right. They were very
He
good.
did his belly to
Steiner
belly
did a lot of
suplexes.
suplexes, man.
Yeah, he did.
The man was a lunatic, man, but
He had that
he
amateur
was one of
background,
my
man.
favorites, man.
Him and his brother were both in that.
Oh yeah, dude, the
Amateur
Steiner
wrestling
brothers were.
from Michigan.
I love them. Their tag team, man. They were awesome.
deadly, dude.
Yes, they were.
So,
I was so upset when he turned on Rick and went, you know, heel, became Big Papa Pump. But then,
holler!
But
You can
then,
hear me.
but then I ended up loving Big Papa Pump. Man,
Who,
you know what?
Freakzilla?
Talking about you're just remembering Big Papa Pump,
The big
NWO,
booty daddy.
NWO and all that shit. Did you see in the news where friggin' Buff Bagwell was just arrested?
Oh,
Yeah, what was he
Jesus.
arrested for?
A fucking laundry list of shit, man. There was like 12 things, man.
Like drug
I
possession?
mean, driving under influence. It was a whole. There was a
We
whole.
I heard
we
he-
know his cousin, so.
Was a whole list of things that he. Yeah. Shane,
Shane, get your cousin out of prison. Or
yo,
whatever.
family in check. Yeah.
The hell
No,
going on?
that's crazy. But then you look at the mugshot of him. It doesn't even look. It doesn't even look
It
like
doesn't,
him, man.
dude. He looks different.
I mean, honest to God, if I wouldn't have read it, I wouldn't have known that was Bagwell.
And you know what, dude? I wonder why he did when WWF bought out WCW. He did sign on with WWF. He had one match, and the last you ever saw him was Kurt Angle and Stone Cold throw him out of the arena on camera.
Oh, Bagwell?
Yeah, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
was it. And I was like, I wonder, he
Well,
must have did something to
yeah.
piss them off.
You know,
Well,
I mean-
Vince McMahon, just like nowadays, doesn't
Oh,
always
shit.
have the greatest of ideas
Yeah,
when it
and
comes to things.
Vince, buying WCW and all that shit was like, that was a big feather in Vince's cap. That was his conquest, and he wanted to make all the WCW people try to look bad. I mean, really think about it. There's only a couple of WCW people that he really let get over.
Rey Mysterio,
You know, Rey Mysterio,
Chris Jericho.
yeah, Jericho, Booker T.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, Jericho left
Was before.
and went. I'm talking about
Yeah.
after he bought WCW.
You're talking.
And those people came
fucking
over the
RVD.
invasion.
Like, cause don't forget, ECW was a part of it. RVD, fucking Rey Mysterio,
But
Eddie
the
Guerrero.
ECW, that doesn't count.
Guerrero was there.
Because
Guerrero was there.
Because
before,
he had
yeah.
been bankrolling ECW. Guys had come over and done shit.
Booker
and
T.
ECW was never a threat to Vince McMahon.
No.
WCW was. They were a rival. They were a threat.
They almost shut them out.
Exactly.
I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. Vince McMahon made the mistake when he pulled the trigger on doing the storyline when he did it. He should have waited till all those contracts were up. You know which ones I'm talking about, the lucrative contracts.
He should have just...
He waited and brought in the big stars.
He should have just paid. He could afford to do it. He should have just paid those guys to start with to get him to come.
Agreed. Imagine how much better it would have been if Hogan, Hall, and Nash showed up as the NWO during that.
You know,
completely different
Flair, Sting.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
all those guys.
DDP would have had a better
Goldberg.
DDP.
Goldberg, who was, at the height of Goldberg.
But I'm saying DDP would have had a better run, I think.
I can understand where Vince McMahon came from by, defeating your competition and wanting to make them look bad. But he could have made so much more money.
But
they would have just kept.
But that's just it. He
should have kept them running.
He could have said, I won. I beat you, Ted Turner.
Right.
I bought your company. Now these people are mine. Take advantage of what you had.
Exactly.
You had this sudden new pool of already over stars.
Yes.
Yeah.
He could have kept the entire roster. He could have kept WCW as instead of doing Raw and SmackDown, splitting those up.
Right.
You could have had WCW as a brand.
Yeah.
You could have had ECW as a brand.
Right.
And still have, you have enough freaking people to run each show on their own.
Right.
And then you still have WWE as your own shit.
Exactly.
So even if these two do fail,
and you could
still have WWE.
You could do the crossover shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Make it a Survivor Series
How
thing.
awesome would it have been
That would have been
at the
Royal
time
Rumble
to have Goldberg versus Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, dude.
To have Undertaker
Sting versus
Sting.
Undertaker. Yes. I agree.
It was a bad decision by Vince.
It was the Outsiders or the NWO versus D-Generation X.
Exactly.
Survivor Series match.
Right.
It would be amazing. That'd be one Survivor Series match they could do at WrestleMania. But I just feel, he pulled the trigger on it, but it was ego too.
Yeah.
It was so ego. I did like the spin where Shane and Stephanie, though, were like the poison that let them in. I thought that was kind of unique.
We're talking about the past. I want to bring it back to the future a little
Oh, he's reeling it in, Bill. He's reeling it in.
I want to say, me personally,
Go ahead.
thank God Vince McMahon finally let somebody else have the women's tag team titles.
Yes.
Why is he so on top of Baszler and Jax?
Yeah.
And the other thing that's confusing is Baszler and Jax are no longer the tag team champions, but they're still on both shows. How the hell is that working? Yeah, they're still on both Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, that's true. They
Maybe
are showing up
because
on both.
That doesn't make any
what they're
sense.
doing is with the women tag teams. Maybe what they're doing is letting them, because it goes on both shows. Maybe all the tag teams compete against each other. I don't know.
That
maybe
could make sense now, but when Bayley and Sasha lost their tag team titles, they stayed on SmackDown.
It's true.
They didn't jump back and forth.
But as
to
we
Raw.
know with Vince McMahon, he never stays with tradition.
Exactly.
He's always changing
He's
shit.
always throwing shit out the window.
That's it. Nope, this don't work. Let's do this. And
I'm
it's like,
waiting for the Nia Jax and Baszler for them to now
Fight each other.
Yeah, how they, you got to think that's got to be coming. Especially now how they're doing this whole Reginald shit, because Reginald, Nia Jax, is,
Keeps getting
she
involved.
likes Reginald. That's her.
Isn't Reginald who used to be with Carmella?
Yeah.
What happened with Carmella?
She kicked him to the curb.
She
Then he
said-
tried to pair with Sasha, and Sasha's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Told them to get the hell
And then
out.
Nia Jax took a liking to him. Now but Shayna Baszler don't like him, so they kind of
He
have
keeps
that whole
interfering
thing
in their
going.
matches.
But
Yeah, in fact,
match.
she just at what was it? Was it Raw?
Yeah.
She just
I'm just
snatched
happy
him up, told him.
Stay in the back.
But he caused her a distraction, caused her along, and supposedly next Monday she's having a match against him.
I'm just happy Natalya is a champion.
She wasn't.
you know, and
is a
she's
former
won.
Divas
She's won
champion.
championships
Divas
before.
championship.
So I think, and she's won tag team championship too, if I'm not mistaken. She's been tag
Just
team
now.
champion with
No.
somebody.
No.
But the fact that Tamina won her first ever major title, I
Yeah.
thought that was a cooler deal
Yeah.
than Natalia winning another title.
Well,
Even
that's
though I
probably
like
why she let her
Natalia,
have the move at Mania. Remember, she let her
Yeah.
have the spot.
I mean, I like Natalia. I like her sister Jenny better.
Yeah. Don't let her hear you say that.
Oh my goodness, Jenny.
Careful those.
Woo.
Careful with those heart women. They're kind of
Neidharts.
crazy.
They're Neidharts. They're not hard.
They still have heart in them.
Yeah. So.
You might just pop a sharpshooter on your ass, not even
Oh.
thinking.
Pop something.
Alrighty.
So
pop in over.
we had some returns.
Oh, here he goes.
Yeah, Chug.
Oh, good. I can't wait till it runs out. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
So we had some.
Ariel, Brittany, thank you.
We had some returns. I'm actually really surprised.
There it is. Go ahead.
I'm actually really surprised to see Aleister Black back after what happened with
His
Selena,
wife.
Selena Diaz.
But
Zelina Vega. I hear
Zelina
she's
Vega.
coming back.
that's, yes. That, I guess, she's getting
Or
signed
she's
by
coming back too.
WWE. It's probably something Aleister Black had worked out.
Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
Aleister Black, they wanted, maybe Aleister,
I
they
heard
were
she-
like,
yep.
just wait for your time, we're going to
Aleister Black, he's another one of those, man, wasted. Has been, up to now.
He was on fire in
a wasted
NXT,
talent and since he got brought up to the
main roster.
main roster.
Aleister Black, they're doing something with him. But
Oh yeah.
Hey, talk about main roster bring-ups. We just had NXT. It was Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross Part 2 for the NXT title. And Karrion Kross won. He choked out Balor.
Balor ain't gonna
I
be
think Balor is gonna. I think Balor is main roster bound again.
You think so?
Yeah, man. Because think about it, dude. He went up to the main roster. First ever Universal Champion gets hurt, has to relinquish. Then he comes back, and then the Fiend, comes back and the Fiend
Destroys him at
attacks
the
him.
SummerSlam.
And then he leaves, and then he comes back to NXT. He never really had that real
Run.
legit, run. I think that
Seth Rollins injured him.
he'll come back. He's going to come back to the main roster.
Do you think?
And give it
Do you
another.
think he's going to go after Roman?
Yeah, that's a good question. Who?
That would be entertaining.
Yeah, if Balor comes back, who would you want? Him to do.
Either way, he's going against two big
Who could his
dudes.
first opponent, his first rivalry, on the main roster be against?
And that's
King Corbin.
That's another question in itself. Who is Roman Reigns' next opponent?
Goldberg?
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't Goldberg still have a few matches left in his contracts?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
They never did it. They never
right,
did the match.
but I don't know.
But I mean, I really am not looking forward to seeing a 2-minute match.
Tell you what, Balor. Here's where I think
Just
it'd be
saying.
interesting. Balor and AJ Styles.
They've done it before.
Oh yeah, that'd
You
be
got
great.
two
That'd
former Bullet Club
great.
leaders. There's some history.
That'd
It'd
be
be good. It'd be good.
And another one I wanted to mention because he has been suspiciously absent from NXT is one Adam Cole.
Has he?
Yeah.
Since he turned on.
Ain't
O'Reilly.
seen him in the last 2 or 3
After he lost.
NXT episodes.
After the match they had at Stand and Deliver, you haven't seen him.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's been like the last 3 weeks he hasn't been on
He had
NXT.
one interview by the pool side of, I guess, his house or wherever the hell he was. After that, he hasn't been on the show. No.
So Adam Cole coming to the main roster could be interesting. And same thing then. Who do you put him up against?
That's a lot. He is a big name, Adam Cole.
He probably would show up on the main roster, absolutely. And, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, does he go against somebody like mid-card like Riddle? Does he go against somebody mid-card like Orton? Does he, you know what I'm saying? Where are they going to start him at?
I don't know, but you just made me think of something.
Riddle?
because you mentioned the two names.
Nah.
What do you think about old RK Bro?
I dig it. I do. I saw that he's using Randy's move.
Well, no, he used it one time. That was the first time he pulled the RKO
On
Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
And it seems to me instead of, they put these two guys together, and they're kind of getting like Riddle was trying to get Orton on board to be more like him, and it seems like the angle they're going with it is making Riddle more like Orton. Riddle's kind of at least they're implying this
going heel.
this little mean side to Riddle, he shoves Xavier Woods like he does, defending Randy Orton, and then he uses
Honestly,
the
I can see that
RKO.
being very successful for Riddle.
I could, yeah. I agree with you there, Kyle.
Because you see those two guys being tag team champions?
Yeah.
Orton and Riddle. If Orton can get Riddle to turn, yeah. If he stays heel, if Riddle stays face and Orton stays heel,
It won't work.
that won't work.
That or
But
they'll
they
have them
seem
as
to
tag
be, like you
champs
said,
and
though,
then
they
they
seem
can't get
to be-
along or some shit.
They
Right.
seem to be
They've done
angling
that.
in towards Riddle being, seeming to be more heelish.
Hey, you know what? I think it'd be interesting because he's been a good guy his whole time so far. So this would be his time to show. It's like The Rock. The Rock was a blue chipper, good guy, and then
And all of a sudden you start wearing that vest.
Yeah.
Easy, big fella.
yeah,
Yeah,
die Rocky, die.
yeah.
That's what they said in the crowd.
It's, base and it's, all in all, man, it's both a kind of a crazy, interesting and crazy time in pro wrestling right now.
It is, dude.
It's
Well, we don't know what's gonna happen.
right, dude. It's just for the first time in a long time, really, yeah. You don't know, man. What? This is crazy because it's. Well, like you said, some of your old school guys might harken this back to, like you said, the territory days, the way things are going.
Right.
A lot of your new wrestlers, they don't know shit about those territory days and what that was like. It almost seems, you're absolutely right. It almost seems very territory-like, what they're doing with stuff.
Like they're having the one champion. Because really, while he holds, no. I'm not saying it become permanent.
And they didn't have one champion back then. Each promotion, each territory had their own champion, but there was the one that kind of was like
The head.
the end all be all
That's what I'm
championship
talking about.
was the NWA. But all these different little promotions, all across the country, they all had their own belts, their own champions.
It could be. I mean, look. All I'm saying is
there was multiple variations of
feel like
NWA
Kenny
too. There was
Omega-
NWA South,
Right,
and
right,
NWA
right.
Midwest.
Right. Triple AWA, all that stuff. Listen, what I'm saying is that I feel like Kenny Omega's being positioned like that right now just to help out the other companies.
Yeah.
New Japan, Impact Wrestling, or the Mexico.
Get the name out.
AAA. Yeah. Get the name out.
Yeah.
Get a new demographic for them. You know what I mean?
But the difference is you still have WWE, who
I know.
is still. They're still they're still the big dog in the yard when it comes to wrestling. Pro
They
wrestling.
are.
Say what you will, man.
They are the big boys, only they've been losing in the ratings for quite some time now.
One thing.
Yeah, they're losing in the ratings, but their profits in the last couple of years.
I
have been
know,
the
I
highest
know.
that they've ever
But
been.
that's also because they've made some deals. Like one that I don't like, but I understand why they sold the network to Peacock.
It makes absolute sense. Man.
Especially
Makes
during
more
this
money.
time frame. If
During any time frame.
well, I understand that, but especially now where they, you gotta admit, in the beginning of all this shit, Vince did lose a lot of money.
Well, yeah.
Right at first.
A lot of ticket sales.
A lot of ticket
but-
sales, refunds, all that
But
shit.
they figured shit out quickly.
I understand that, but I'm just telling you. So that's why you see all these deals happening, and they're willing, like Triple H has sold a few $1 million worth of stock recently again. Stephanie recently again. Like, people question that.
Oh God, yeah.
COVID.
However, will they live?
Right?
How will they get by?
I'm just saying, people are wondering, are they, like...
God, their children might have to wear the same pair of shoes
Are
more
they?
than once.
Oh,
Sweet
my
Jesus.
God, Bill. Drink your stuff. Okay.
Anyway, one thing I would actually caught my attention this past Tuesday on NXT was I'm just wanting to know how, if it could happen with the whole Ted DiBiase thing, could he create another money faction between Cameron Grimes and LA Knight and start another like he did back in the 80s?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't see it going in that direction. I see the opposite. I see Ted DiBiase aligning himself with one of these guys, and they feuding back and forth.
Yeah,
Because rumor has it, I heard that they're gonna bring the $1 million belt
yeah,
back.
that's what I was.
And
I can
I thought he was
see-
actually going to bring it out.
I could see that happening. Say he aligns himself with one of these two guys, which I don't know which one it's going to be just yet, because he tells Cameron Grimes, "I see a lot of me and you," but then when LA Knight does what he does, he's like, "You just don't get it," and he leaves with LA Knight. So it's like,
Yeah.
LA Knight's clearly he's the heel. So
Yeah.
it seems to me like they're kind of
He'd be more
Pushing
than
Grimes.
one.
they're pushing Grimes I think Grimes is going to become a face.
And
Yeah.
then DiBiase
So that's
will
just
go
it.
with
Well,
the heel.
DiBiase, who was, he was pretty much, he was a heel.
Most of his career.
The majority of his career.
I can't recall
So
him
it
ever
just-
being a
If not
face.
all. I don't remember him being
Right,
a
so it
face.
it would
He
seem
was
to
in the
me like,
NWO. He was one of the 500 members.
it would seem to me like, he'll end up aligning himself
Him and
with this
Virgil.
LA Knight. And then Cameron Grimes and LA Knight are going to have a match with that $1 million belt on the line.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean Vincent. Virgil was Vincent in W. You know what's funny, man, about Virgil? His names in WWF was to take a stab at Dusty Rhodes from WCW. Then when he was over in WCW, his name was Vincent to take a stab at Vince McMahon. His characters were made to be promotion stab-ats. I don't... Honestly, think about it. Virgil is Dusty Rhodes' real name.
Right.
I was just saying, that's the myth on it.
Yeah.
Look it up. There's stuff online about
Yeah,
it.
but Dusty Rhodes wasn't the owner of WCW.
No, he wasn't, but Dusty Rhodes was running that shit at
Yeah.
some point. So,
Yeah. Well, at the time, when
Dusty
when
Rhodes.
Virgil was big with $1 Million Man all back then, though, Dusty Rhodes, he was a big name. He was a big deal.
Yeah.
he was, dude.
He was in the other
Promotion.
promotions and all, NWA and all
WCW
that.
for a little while. Then he was more backstage.
Oh man, just thinking about it too. We talk about some old school wrestlers. Haven't anything about. Have you guys watched any of the A&E biographies on any of those?
I don't have
I saw some of them. I didn't get to
I don't
see
have
everything.
cable. Because I don't have a job.
Kyle's a bum.
I am.
Well,
So I actually have them recorded, man. We need to watch them sometime.
Maybe
I've
do some-
watched them all, man. Once again, but
maybe do some reviews on
I've
them.
watched all of them so far. I have Roddy
Do you
Piper.
still have them saved?
Yeah, I have Roddy Piper, Stone Cold, Macho Man, Booker T. Just watched the Ultimate Warrior one last night. Shawn Michaels also, I have that one.
I heard the Shawn Michaels one was a tearjerker.
Not really. I
know,
don't
maybe
see
the
where
guy
it
was
was.
just a wuss.
The Ultimate Warrior one
I'm
now?
just kidding.
The Ultimate Warrior one? That's a different story.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So we
Because
got
they
some docs to watch.
they take it right up to right up to
maybe
the end.
maybe that's what we should work on next, dude. What we do is like we did Captain Bill and Big Shot Joe watch a movie. It's too soon, I get it. But we could do 3, 2, 1
We had
screw.
such a good thing.
3, 2, 1 screw. 3, 2,
He happened.
3, 2, 1
He
screws, reviews and then we do
I know
adopting
it's painful.
the AEW. Dude, I think it'd be great. What do you think, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen?
you thought the Captain Bill Biggs and Joe Watch movie was great too, but well, we see where that.
You guys got like 500 views on some of those.
Yeah, hey, tell it to the choir, Kyle. I never wanted to stop, dude. That was
I just listen.
that was dipshit fucking Joe over there.
Listen, dipshit Joe. The only way we can do it.
Do me a favor, don't chop me tonight, because they're freaking up.
I'm not gonna chop you, bro. I didn't even think
Don't-
about it
don't
until you
chop me
just said
tonight.
it now.
Because my freaking arm still hurts from my shot.
Oh, so I have fair game.
Don't do it.
You
Please.
get a shot on this side.
Please.
What?
But yeah, no, they were definitely, man. If you guys haven't watched the A&E
Oh,
biographies,
dude.
go check them
Definitely
out.
check
man.
them out.
Very cool. And they also got that Most Wanted Treasures, which is pretty cool.
I like the
They're
disco.
tracking the shit down.
I was just gonna say, dude. I saw the Jerry Lawler one. That was the last one I saw.
They had Jerry Lawler, Undertaker, Foley,
I saw the Undertaker
Sergeant
Kane.
Slaughter,
That
Booker
one
T,
I haven't seen. But Foley's was good. Foley's was
Sergeant
good.
Slaughter. He was going, looking for different shit between him and the Iron Sheik. And
Yeah, Sheik, man. I heard he was. Oh, you know what else? If we're gonna speak about shows, what does everybody think about Young Rock?
it's cool. I dig it. I watched all of the. I watched all the
I
episodes.
know they only had like 9 or 10 of them. I think.
Yeah, but I
Wasn't
watched all
many
of them.
for a first season, but I think it was to introduce the show.
It was cool
and-
though. I dug it.
It's mainly just random stories as if he's getting interviewed, trying to become a candidate for the presidency of the United States.
Well, no, in the show he is the candidate. He's running.
He is
for
the
president.
candidate. Excuse me.
He's running. It's like 2032 or some shit like
Right.
that.
Do you think he's actually going to do it?
And he's running a red. I don't know, man.
Will you vote for The Rock?
I'm wondering
I
if
can't
he's
say-
making this
you know,
show
I
his
was
way
like,
of trying to
I would have
sell
to
it,
see-
you know?
I'd have to see, what kind of.
And then when
politician he
people
would
go to
be,
vote for him,
what
he'd
his
be like,
views
"Listen,
are, what the-"
He's a
Listen,
very smart person.
he'll just say, you people now know my life story. I have not hidden
do you think-
anything
do you
from the
think-
American people,
Now-
jabroni.
Now, just a question.
What?
Do you think if the giant if
Okay.
The Rock got elected president, do you think he's going to say, finally, The Rock is the
Has come back to
The White
House. To the
you know,
Oval
you know
Office.
he's going to do something like that.
Do you think he would cut a promo on
sure
his
he would.
running mate?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because
I'm gonna lay this
I
back
think
down.
he's Democrat because he supported the Biden
Yeah.
campaign. Not to talk about politics, I'm just saying
Right.
what excited. So imagine he gets the Republican
Yeah.
candidate.
He's gonna
The
run.
Republican candidate's just talking
The
shit,
Republican-
and he just goes like
It
this.
doesn't matter what you say.
He just goes like this, and he goes,
Listen, you know who's a Republican?
Who?
Glenn Jacobs.
"Oh,
Kane.
rematch."
Kane versus The
Versus
Rock.
The Rock
Yeah, but I heard Kane is
for
more.
the presidency of the United States.
Look, if it goes like WWE, we know how it's gonna go
It's gonna
down.
be a freaking Hell in a Cell match in the middle of the White
That's
House
it.
lawn.
See, that's how the presidency of the United States
Yeah,
should be
you
decided.
wouldn't-
If you're badass enough
Yeah.
to win a match in front of everybody in
wouldn't
your
be.
country, defending them, saying, "I want to run this bitch."
It wouldn't be. They wouldn't have a debate. They'd have an inferno match.
That's right, dude. That's right. First man to get flesh burned
Yeah,
is the loser, and then
the first ever Republican Democratic TLC match.
That's right. We are gonna have the quarterlies decided. Every quarter they have a big match. Just to make sure he's not rusty. He
Yeah.
or she. Think about that.
Stone Cold would be the moderator.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, you know what? Speaking of Stone Cold, let me tell you something. For him being such an anti-hero, bad guy, shit talker and all, he is one hell of a talk show host.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is. He's
He really
You know
is.
what?
That podcast has helped him.
Talking about talk show, the Broken Skull one. We all know he did the whole
Sessions,
thing,
yeah.
with Jericho recently, which
That one was probably
people
one of the best
people were
ones.
shocked to see that happen.
That one and Taker.
My question to you, I pose to you is,
What's that, Captain Bill? Tell us.
who would you like to see in a Broken Skull Sessions?
We just talked.
You know.
We just said his name. The Rock.
The Rock would be.
I would love to see The Rock.
I want to see that so bad.
That would be a cool. That would be a cool one to see in the Broken Skull sessions.
I would like to see. Now, didn't we do Bret Hart already?
No.
We did Bret Hart, didn't we?
Yeah, he did Bret Hart.
He
He
did?
did.
Yeah.
He did Shawn Michaels.
When did
No,
when
He
do
did that on the podcast.
Shawn Michaels has not been on the Broken Skull sessions.
He's done Kurt Angle,
Kurt Angle has been on the Broken Skull sessions.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair has.
I'd like to see
Kane
RVD.
has been on.
I'd like to
RVD
see
Big
RVD.
Show did it.
Big Show did it. Mark Henry
Goldberg
did.
did it.
Goldberg.
Mark Henry did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the latest one
Jerry
is going to
Lawler, I
be
think.
Godfather.
Jerry
Godfather's
Lawler
next.
did one.
Godfather?
Yeah, he's doing Godfather.
Man, do you think he's going to talk about his 20 personas in WWE?
He might.
He was a lot
I'll
of
tell you who I
characters.
would like to
Conrad
see.
had an awesome career.
He
I tell
did.
you who would be cool. Booker T would be a cool one.
Yep.
But I would
Steve.
really like to see Sting.
What the hell was that, man?
I would really like to
In
see
the grocery store.
Sting.
Sting.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
That would be a good one.
Yep.
And of course,
Gilbert.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulkamania.
I mean, honestly, Hulk Hogan in a Broken Skull session.
Hulkamania would be amazing. Macho Man Randy Savage.
That would be creepy.
I had to give him props.
You know?
Now you said, I mean, I get it. One's that.
Yeah, but it would be very one-sided conversation. Stone Cold talking to his
Casket.
mummified corpse.
Oh my God, I can't with you, Bill.
You're the one that brought
Do
it
you know
up.
who I would like to see? CM Punk. Tell his side of the story. Why not? What are you over CM Punk now?
I've been on
I
the
don't
same
know.
punk.
What is he going to talk about?
Triple H would be a
How
good
he
one.
screwed the company.
Triple H would be. See, but you gotta understand, they did the podcast.
I don't care about the podcast. I'm
Broken
talking about Broken Skull
Sessions.
sessions.
Is different.
It is.
Triple H.
Triple
I'd like to
H.
see Regal.
Triple H, Booker T,
William Regal.
Sting, RVD, The Rock.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Davey Boy Smith. Test.
It's like that Debbie Downer. I just threw
Shut
out
off.
Chris Benoit.
Good. Mind your P's and Q's, because Murder Doll is hanging over your
Hey,
shoulders.
sure
there.
is.
Dude.
By the way,
Murder dog.
did I
That's so
mention?
fucked
Did
up.
I mention that the matchup was Taz and Curtis?
You
Oh, we
did.
yeah,
You mentioned
okay.
it. You
You
talked
mentioned
about
it.
20 minutes on it.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Boom, we didn't mention that. Give us a thumbs up,
And ring the bell.
ring the bell
Ring the bell
icon,
for notifications.
share this video amongst your friends and families.
And don't forget to look up our all the stuff at the bottom of the page. My page, his page.
Yes.
Big Shot Joe's.
Yeah, you go to the on the channel, go to the About section, and you can find links to Beyond the Squared Circle, Big Shot, yeah, like you said, Big Shot Joe, Case Wine, Cap Bills,
Support your local
page,
indie
ARW.
wrestling.
While we're doing stuff, shouting out names. Welcome to
Carnage.
Camp Carnage,
Coming up
ARW. Next Friday, June 4th. If you don't have your tickets, get them. It's going to be a hot deal.
Second
Hot
row,
ticket.
VIP second row sold out, but there is general admission tickets that will be for sale at the door.
I think this has been,
It's been a very,
Very-
lovely evening. of
it's
just
been creative.
chilling and
It
talking
hasn't
about
been as insulting.
wrestling.
It hasn't been hurtful. It's been nice. I
Nice.
like it.
No flare chops.
I like it. No
My arm hurts because I got my vaccine shot today.
Woo!
Joey's still a bitch ass though.
Superman punch.
Oh, that's. Almost getting the chop ready. It's gonna flare you,
Yeah, yep.
but I feel bad.
How long you think they'll let Dominic and Ray have the tag titles?
I think that's pretty cool.
It is cool that
they
they're
gave it
first
to
son
him.
Well,
and father-son combo.
I'm glad that WWE got to do it first before AEW. AEW has the potential to do that with Billy Gunn and his son. I mean, I don't know where they are on the tag division, but I just WWE hit that nail in the coffin before AEW could.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is pretty cool. And I mean, you could say my first tag team championship I won with my dad.
All right, but how long you think they're gonna have the big tag champs?
I don't think they're gonna have
maybe to the next pay-per-view. Maybe I don't know.
maybe 2 pay-per-views.
Some-
You might let him get one title defense.
One title defense.
Well, no, they have one title defense. Didn't they just defend it
Dirty
against
Dogs.
the Dirty Dogs again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who they beat though too, right?
Yeah.
Well, they won't have to worry about Miz and Morrison coming after it.
Why?
Because Miz tore his ACL. He's going to be
Wow,
out
really?
for like 7 to 9 months.
Which now, does John Morrison go ahead and get a singles push?
Well, yeah.
Better.
That'd be stupid if they
He
have him
he
as a
deserves
tag team with Miz,
He
because
deserves it.
his partner's never going to show up to any of the matches.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's going to be very
He
beneficial.
is the moist sea star superstar of WWE. Johnny Drip Drip.
Now listen.
Both gentlemen, I use that term loosely. This
Yeah,
has
you
been
do.
Pretty. I like this concept. We should
Yeah,
do it more
yeah.
often.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
We
back
just
to
gotta come up with a
the dirty
good.
dozen.
We just gotta come up with a good name for it. You know, it's
Shooting the
Chill
shit.
one.
Chill
you know?
session.
there. You go.
Chill session.
Or you could do 321 screw shooting the shit.
It could work.
I'm just saying, these are
Yeah.
or you could do shoot sessions.
session?
Seashell by the
Sea-
seashore.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm tired, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for tuning in to our chill session. I don't know if that's going to be the name, but we'll come up with something.
Come up with something. Well, I mean, obviously you're gonna know what it is because you're gonna see it in the title
Before you
once
click
I
on it.
post this.
If you
but,
haven't seen it yet, check out our recent food challenge.
yeah,
Baby Joey over here chugged some baby food and
the
whined about it for
the
4
mystery
days.
baby food challenge.
Why do you gotta put it like that?
Because it's a fact.
He ate some
In
baby
3,
food in his tum tum.
2,
His tum tum's
1.
been sore.
Screw.
He's had the mud butt. What are you doing, man?
No, I just did the count off because y'all are making fun of me.
No one cares.
No,
Your count off is irrelevant.
I'm the
It
one
does
who
not
gets
count.
caught
Why
up.
are you're pushing things out of you?
I did.
All right, we'll let baby Joey go.
I'm not being a baby, I'm just saying.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in
Do not
next time.
mix
The next time
25 things
Right
of
here
baby food together
on
and then eat it.
the.
It's no good, ladies and
I
gents.
just gave him the open.
3,
2.
1.
Screw.
Peace out. Subscribe.